Since the rollout of the system, a couple of motorists have fallen victim and received different fines and penalties ranging from 200,000 shillings, which have accumulated to 1.8 million for some in just 1 week over different violations. According to the Ministry of Works and Transport, the maximum speed limits for motor vehicles constructed to carry passengers and dual-purpose vehicles, motorcycles, tricycles and quadricycles are 30 and 50 kilometers per hour for urban roads and highways traversing urban roads respectively. The same speed limits are expected to be observed by all public service vehicles, private omnibuses with seating accommodation for more than 8 persons in addition to the driver's seat. Today, we hit the road to monitor observance of the maximum speed limits on the different roads across the city. We started from Kampala Road, where traffic signals were respected by all motorists, save for the border riders. Getting to Jumbe Road after the Entebbe traffic lights, maintaining our speed below the 30 km per hour, all motorcycles cruised past us and some cars. At the Kidgum House Junction on Jumbe Road, where the traffic signals were down, we had to spend close to 10 minutes in one position as traffic officers manually controlled and directed traffic. After the Wampeo roundabout, it was almost clear that the 30-kilometer speed limit was surpassed by most motorists. At Lugogo Bypass Junction, the traffic lights here too were off, but with no traffic officer on ground to direct the vehicles at this spot. Some technicians were, however, seen trying to rectify the problem. Along the Lugogo bypass, signposts bearing the recommended speed are visible, but many motorists still drove beyond the 30 km per hour speed. At Kalere Market, many vehicles were moving above the 30 km speed limit. Joining the northern bypass, where the speed limit is raised to 50 km per hour, several motorists still found it hard to drive below it. We engaged Richard Kasoma Bogere, a taxi driver operating along the northern bypass, on the speed limits.
Trading areas, you are supposed to drive at least at 30 because people are crossing their animals and borders and so on. In all the operation, we've been alerting because we know that they are there. The traffic men are there. We call them Obsaja, but in this kind of with their cameras and so on. So with this, we have to be very careful.
Other drivers are equally concerned about the speed limits and the fines.
That distance is too long. You can't drive 50 and you reach there unless you sleep there. And yet our system of taxi, we pay a day. It will affect us and it will lead the bosses to chase us from the job. The minister should help us. We go back to the old system.
When you fail to get when you drive at that speed, which means you are going to take the whole day on the way and you fail to get the money for report. Yeah. So that in that way we can lose the job. And we be there like idling, we can start still and do other things which is not okay. At least let's drive at 180 to 100 there within town 40. I think that is okay.
With the government fully out to enforce the new EPS-Auto system, motorists, especially those flying long routes, are calling for more sensitization and increasing the road signage on many of these roads if government is to realize the compliance desired. I'm Benjamin Jumbe, NTV.